to show you how to set up repricers in Walmart using the Walmart free repricer. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is head to Seller Center and go down to price. And then over here, it's going to say get started with your create a repricing strategy. It's going to want you to check the box that you agree to the terms and conditions. Check that, confirm. Okay, so here are our repricing strategies. You're going to click on create strategy, and then the drop down here, you're going to choose one of the three. Start here. The buy box price is the price has the buy box on the Walmart catalog. So if you only wanted to compete with Walmart's buy box price, you're going to choose that one. External price is going to compete with other storefronts such as Amazon, Target, all of these other retailers that are out there that it can pull competitive pricing from. It's going to have your item price against those. And then lastly, the competitive price, it's going to use logic from both strategies and find the lowest price between the two, and then use that price to lower your price for your item. So for me personally, I choose buy box because I only want to compete with other Walmart sellers on the Walmart listing itself. So buy box price. And then here, if no competitive price is found, repricer will adjust to your last submitted price. You would want to check this box. If Walmart doesn't find a competitive price, then it's going to revert back to the price that you originally put in when you were setting up your. So whether you choose to check that or not, that's up to you. Strategy name. So I used to put all of my SKUs under one repricer, but then I found that my repricer would have some errors once in a while and we couldn't figure it out. So we started separating our SKUs by supplier. So all of the items that I get at Walmart, I'll put into one repricer. All the items that I get from maybe certain other suppliers, say Target, or if you work with wholesale or whatever it is you're doing, you could separate those, or you can keep them all in one if that's easy for you. I just found that once I got over 1,000 items, it didn't work very well. I have no idea why that was or if that was even the case, but that's what created our new system of separating them into smaller amounts. Next thing I would jump to is the amount. You can choose how much you want to beat the buy box by, and then you can choose whether it's going to be a percentage or a dollar amount. So my only suggestion would be please don't choose beat the buy box by a penny or 2 pennies, because we all know what happens when that takes place. It leads to tanking. What I do instead is beat the buy box by 0. I want to match the buy box. I don't need to be the lowest priced seller in order to sell my items, because there are cases when you might be the lowest seller but not get the buy box. Walmart's going to take into consideration other factors such as the distance to the customer, if it can get there in 2 days, how many items do you have? Like, there are different things that go into Walmart's decisions as far as awarding the buy box. Not as many as Amazon because they don't rotate, but there's no need to beat it by a penny, because then that just leads to that slow tank. So for me, I do 0, matches the buy box. You can choose if you want to reprice on promotion, meaning if something's on sale on Walmart, do you want to compete against that sale? Do you want to let that seller sell out? Do you want to wait until that sale is over? So you can make that choice. I usually don't do promotion. And then I name my repricer strategy based on what it is. So for this instance, I would just put match buy box price. You can name it however you want, but we're going to do match buy box. And then we will go ahead and click create. That is going to create our strategy. And there it is. So now we have match the buy box. We're going to beat it by 0. Right now it's inactive. And then you can edit it or delete it. Super simple. You don't get much to choose from. So the next thing, once you have your strategy completed, you're going to want to assign items to that. So you're going to click assign items, and then you have to download the spec file, which looks like this. So when we're adding items to our repricer, we're going to use the SKU, and then we're going to choose which repricer we want to use. Right now, I only have two. I've got match the buy box or competitive price, which it automatically defaults to. And then you're going to choose your minimum and your maximum. These other fields aren't required, and I wouldn't advise filling them out. So how do I get my SKU? You can either look each SKU up individually, or let's head back over here to our product catalog. If you wanted to download all of your SKUs at once so that you can add everything into your repricer, then you're going to just click here to select all of your SKUs, and then you're going to click download items, and then that's going to look like this. And then all you need to do is select your SKUs, copy them over to your repricer, and there you go. There's your SKUs. And then choose your strategy. We are going to match the buy box. So double click that little corner and it'll populate it all the way down. And then here, it's going to be up to you what your min and max is. These aren't active items, so I'm just going to put everything at, say my minimum's 1001 and my maximum's 2001. Obviously, you're going to want to do a little more due diligence than that and find out what your mins and maxes are. So there we go. That is all we need in order to upload it to our repricer. So you're just going to go to File and Save. Okay, so now that we have all of our SKUs added into our repricer file, you're just going to go back up here to Assign Items, and you're going to drop the file right here. There's the file, hit Submit, and then that, like everything, is going to take a minute to update. You can check it out in your activity feed. Eventually, it will show up there, and then you'll see that as repricer setup. Okay, so when we go back to price, we should see that our repricer is now active and there are 6 SKUs assigned to this repricer. So basically, if you ever want to add additional SKUs, you're going to follow those same steps, that same file. So I just save the file in my computer and add SKUs to it as I need to. But that's basically the setup to start, create a strategy for your repricer, and then add items to your repricer. The one thing I wanted to show you up at the top under price, where you see repricer, you'll also see incentives. Sometimes Walmart will give you an incentive if you match a buy box or a price that they feel your item should be priced at. So pay attention there, because sometimes they'll say, hey, your item is listed at $19.99. We'll give you $1 if per item sold if you reprice to $18.99. Well, that's a wash, so works for me. I've seen incentives all the way up to $5, so pay attention to that. They usually send you an email if you sign up for notifications, but just glance there once in a while and see what they're offering. Those are all of the repricing strategies and how to add them. One more thing I wanted to show you, if you go back to Product Catalog and click on Items, another way that you can just be sure that your items are being repriced is if you go up to Columns, and then I already checked it, but if you check the repricer strategy here, you'll be able to see all of the items that are under that repricing strategy. So we added these right here to the match buy box. It takes anywhere from 15 minutes to 4 hours to start showing up online and actually competing against other Walmart sellers. But if you have any additional questions, as always, go ahead and leave me a comment, and I will do my best to answer your questions. Hope this was helpful. Thanks, guys.